Hey everybody, I'm Ellen here at etrailer.com, and we're taking a quick look at the Universal Spline Socket set. This gives you a lot of options in a relatively small kit. It only is 52 pieces, but it would be equivalent to about 189 normally. So that spline design just allows you to use one socket for multiple different sizes. And it should allow you to save some space, reduce the amount of things you have to carry around with you. So this would make a good kind of backup set. I'd maybe have this kind of as in case of emergency to carry with you. It's not really meant for everyday use, or if you're going to be a mechanic or using this day in and day out, I think that you'd want to go with something a little bit higher quality. But again, this is kind of a good backup set, or maybe even a starter set. So let's take a look at what's actually in there, and I'll also talk a little bit about the case that it comes with. So we have some other sets from Performance Tools, and I've got to say, of all the cases, this seems to be the kind of least nice that I've seen. The way that it's kept closed, or the lid is attached to the rest of it, is just this flap of plastic. So I'd be a little bit worried that as you open and close that, it's going to wear that out, and eventually this part is just going to break off of the other piece. So again, this is really meant for more kind of occasional use, emergency use, or as kind of a backup kit. Little piece of foam in between here. This helps to make sure that the stuff doesn't fall out and just rattle around everywhere. It's not really necessary to hold on to this, but if you can, the longer you can, the better it'll be, just to keep everything in its spot. It comes with a 3/8 inch drive socket, and this one is a little bit different than some of the other ones that are available in other kits that I've seen. And this has a little bit less of a nice feel as the other ones that I've seen. It's a 41 tooth gear, so as you can hear, it's pretty chunky there. It's not super smooth. So I would say that this is kind of more of a beginner set or a spare set. And something that I've noticed with this over time is that because of this design, where it's just this little kind of turn, it can sometimes be hard to turn it from one to the other, or it might like to switch on you, because we've used this guy in our test fit area, and I've had that issue before. It does also come with a 1/4 inch driver, so just this little guy. Got a bunch of different bit drivers. It seems like everything's pretty easy to get out and use, although these are a little bit tricky. So again, compared to some of the other ones, these grab really tight, which is actually kind of annoying because it can be a little bit harder to get these out. But they do push through, so if you're having a hard time, you can push from the other side and get it out. So that makes it a little bit easier there. And if you do end up taking those in and out more, it'll probably loosen up a little bit over time. And same thing with this guy here. So we've got some star bits, or Torx bit here, and square as well as hex. Or excuse me, not square, there's just hex there. So we've got an extension for our 3/8 drive ratchet, and also a 5/8 inch spark plug socket. We've got deep and short well sockets for this kit and the splines. So you can see we're going to have that kind of unique design. I'll get this a little closer to the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. So since we've got all of these little splines, it's just going to grab onto a couple different sizes with just the one socket. So this equivalates to both 15 millimeter and also 19 32nds. So puts two sockets in one, and that's what reduces your space. Same thing here, got a 12 millimeter, which also corresponds to 15 32nds. So that's the inside there. Got our short versus deep wall sockets, so gives you the options that you need to get everything tightened down. I'm going to put these guys back and then shake up our case just to see how well everything holds, even on kind of bumpy application. So Seems like everything was staying pretty well in there from the sound. Okay, everything stayed put. Let's try it without the foam. That usually helps quite a bit. Everything stayed put, so that's cool. I'm a little surprised. I thought maybe things would kind of shake out a little bit more, so always nice. That's pretty much all there is to it. Again, I think this is a nice kit to save space and definitely to save on having to have a bunch of different sockets. Is it going to be your everyday set? No, but a spare set for sure, and it's a pretty good price at that. That's pretty much all I have to talk about with you guys for this set. I hope this has been helpful in deciding if this is the right one for you. That's always our goal here at etrailer.com, is to get you the right part the first time. I'm Ellen with eTrailer. Thanks for watching.